Hi, good morning, good afternoon, and also good evening, guys. I just want to talk about something. I think this is the second time we cover a story like this. There's this story about a pastor from Mpumalanga, who allegedly has been he was charged with the rape and the assault, and he allegedly raped teenage boys, and he has been doing this fairly, as they said on the article, for about 8 years. These boys were one of his congregants, Bantu, who were going to or attending his church. Shuti, how they say it broke out was one of the boys came out kubazali bakhe saying ukuthi, this is what has been happening to him, and then only to find out that boy who spoke out had a sibling, older brother, who also came out and said, yeah, Nai, this has also happened to him. So that's when it was taken up with the police and everything. Gutaibu nango phela umfundisi usenze ukuthi nokuthi or inceku, you understand. I'm thinking of when it comes to pastors, guys, yay. And if you also are a family who loves God, who's into God, who loves his intentions and gonzo, you open up your house, your home to someone that you not even know, someone you've never met, whom you've only just seen standing in front of you once upon a time preaching, and you were touched by the Holy Spirit or what he was saying, and then the next thing, you trust this person. You're like, yeah, and then another thing, you don't even have any bad thought about these people. And when I say these people, I'm talking about pastors. Hey, I remember when I was still at home, there was this pastor who came. My ex-friend was the one who once attended inkonzo somewhere, I don't know where, and then the next thing, the pastor came home to come and have a crusade, which took place for a month. It was nice, I will not lie to you. We all attended there. Now, when this guy, the family loves God and everything like that, when the crusade was happening and everything, they offered the pastor RTP to say that he could stay there, and for free, to give them food, everything. Understand, they did everything for the pastor. Nothing happened. I don't want to say something happened. Nothing happened. What I'm trying to say is, and then until and then he ended up opening a church there after the crusade. Guys, I just woke up. He ended up opening in Gonzo after that crusade and everything like that, and until he decided to go, and in Gonzo yaphela, and stuff like that. But yeah, so what I'm trying to say is these people, they trusted the pastor. These people, like, kubalula, especially when it comes to God, kubalula to just trust someone. You understand? It just becomes easier for you to trust a stranger to a point that you just open up your yourself, your home, your everything for this person. Now the problem starts when you do all those things, and honestly speaking, this is still a stranger. This is a person, and we've seen and we've also heard about false prophets and pastors. You understand? And Mina, I used to pray and be like, God, please protect me from false prophets and pastors. I'm not saying these people, they do not do that or ganjan. This is where I want to get. I used to pray that God would open my eyes when it came to such things. You understand? And kokunye bengize ngisho mina yazi kokunye asiboni asazi ukuthi who is who and which is which. You understand? Hey, mina, at this point, I'm just at a point where I'm like, God, another thing, I feel like you even having to open my eyes when it comes to such things is for me being able to be like, you know what, I'm not allowing any pastor to come and stay at my house. I'm not allowing my kids to just be kanjani with the pastor. Because I even remember this other pastor, the other one, that other one is the first one we went to. Who's the Nigerian pastor. I think he's still at home. Lapha besisilale khona. Okay, I've never slept with her, but because my mom would kill me. Mom bengafundi ingane papai. But nje besibathemba nje kakhulu. Angifuna mama, we trusted these people, and namanje basasekhona, and nothing has ever happened. So at this point, the only thing that I'm thinking of is that, guys, we do not trust strangers. We can't trust strangers. I know there are fundis and all of it, but the problem is that now we do not know if is this a sheep or a wolf. Is this a pastor or umuntu nje oyisigebengu who's disguised themselves as a pastor? You understand? And Naba Bushir, guys, we've heard the stories of the things that they've been doing to abantu or bantwana bankulunkulu and everything like that. You understand? Omunye even came on my thing, one of the videos that I did of Ubushiri, and said, I love you, Papa, and stuff like that. And Gogunye, yeah, some of them will still love you regardless of what you've done and whatever. Others might be in denial. Others did even speak about being brainwashed and stuff like that, but that's also another topic. But guys, when it comes to pastors, we must also remember, because these people are still strangers. These people, we still do not know them. Because another problem is that I'm not sure if it's the same pastor, because I also saw another story on Instagram from Mapepanda, if I'm not mistaken, that had a picture of a pastor, because that pastor I saw and this specific pastor, this one that I'm speaking about, is Ujon Pilani Masilela, who stays in Mpumalanga. And they didn't really specify where, but they spoke about Indawa ya KwaMhlanga. Understand? So I think he's from around that area. That other pastor, he had a ring on his finger, Ayomshad. These people, they'll still do this, even Binabafas. They will do it. You understand? And as a pastor, it's easy for them to do these things, because they'll just by us but they know that we trusted them. They know. And they'll do it, like specifically with this one. He came in the name of Krominyol Enkonzweni, so that things are cool. I remember even with me when I was in church, I always wanted to grow in church, I was involved like in J. You understand? And another thing in church, I mean, I'll not lie to you, everyone in church likes attention yomfundisi, in a sense ukuthi umfundisi abe like, you are doing good in church, you know, I'm proud of you, you know, uqhubeke ukhuleke and stuff like that. Abanye it even goes beyond yokuthi they even have a crush pastor and all of that even when a pastor does something wrong, they'll still shield him and everything like that. So yeah, but nje attention umfundisi, I'll not lie to you, when umfundisi ekubona nje, it's like even emsebenzini wakho, when your boss notices you and starts giving you attention, not the attention yokuthi they want to sleep with you or kanjani nje, you start being now uyajabula nje. You understand? So with all of this, man, we must be vigilant, I'm afraid. We must be vigilant. And this thing, my whole night prayers and all of these things here in gone or in between the week, I mean, my advice is it should end, man. It should stop, because unfortunately it is what it is. Some pastors are not doing these things and others are. And because of that, we need to protect our kids. We need to protect our siblings. We need to also protect ourselves. And with this story, he was dealing with boys. So you can't even imagine how traumatic it was for these boys to still maybe go to church and be facing this guy, and this guy to still be doing these things to these boys, and for them to also be afraid, or we do not know what he told them in terms of making them keep quiet and not speak about this. But I think you can tell with the eldest one, Gucci, he was scared about talking about this, because you can see Laguchi, the young one was the one who ended up saying, no, you know what, I can't take this. This is what has been happening. And he spoke out, and then the older brother was like, yeah. So I feel like more victims. I hope there aren't any other victims. If there are other victims when it came to this specific story, I feel like they should all come out. Yeah. You understand? So that this person can really face the music. It was said that he was sentenced to 55 years imprisonment. So I don't think he'll be coming out anytime soon. And Duna 48 or 5. It's sad, man. It's very sad. Yeah, guys, let's be careful when you go to church. If we go to church, we must be in numbers, not individually. Going to Muzwa past and stuff like that. Guys, now the thing of being like, no, no, that thing must stop. This is a human. These people, you do not know what they are capable of. So it's sad. It's sad. Yeah, that's all I have to say about this thing. I don't know, man. We just can't trust anyone now. You can, but you must not be like, yeah, ubani amthemba mina angeke in always leave room for disappointment, always leave room for, I don't know. I wonder if they have kids. These men who are doing all these things, their wives, the church again, it's going to shut down. It is. You understand? I'm just thinking now of the embarrassment in J. Yeah. Imagine this is your father who did this. Yo. Guys, no, I do not know. I do not know. I'm also not going to put the sexuality thing, Guti. Maybe he was gay, he was, no, even if you're gay, you are not warranted to force yourself on someone. Especially, these are kids. They are kids. They are young enough to be your kids. So you were just supposed to be. If the story broke, he was caught with another man. Yeah, lapho, that's when I would have been like, yeah, men are scared to come out with their sexuality and stuff like that. But in this case, that's not the case. These are minors, and he forced himself. So he did the crime. He has to go and stay inside. So yeah, tell me what you think about this. And yeah, I don't know, guys.